She spoke British. We always came over. She did. She spoke British.
Yeah, Noah Kaminsky was one of the names I wanted. The other name, which was Ice.
Some songs don't just play in the background of our lives, they live there. You don't remember the first time you heard them, because it feels like they've always been there. You hear one line, one note, one familiar beat, and suddenly you're singing along without even realizing it. No effort, no thinking. Your brain already knows what comes next. The lyrics, the pauses, even the emotional rise of the chorus, all stored somewhere deep inside. What's fascinating is that these songs don't belong to one person. Some of these tracks defined generations. Others became emotional time machines, instantly pulling us back to heartbreaks, celebrations, car rides, school dances, or quiet moments we thought we'd forgotten. You don't need the music playing, just mention the title, and your mind finishes the song for you. These are the songs the world knows by heart, whether we admit it or not. Let's count them down. Number 10. Baby One More Time by Baby One More Time, Britney Spears. Some songs don't just play on the radio, they define an era. Baby One More Time is one of those rare tracks that instantly transports you back to a very specific moment in pop culture. The moment Britney Spears stopped being just another teen singer and became a global phenomenon. Released in the late 90s, this song didn't creep into people's lives quietly. It exploded. From the very first, "Oh Baby Baby," listeners were hooked. The melody was simple, addictive, and impossible to shake. You didn't need to love pop music to know the lyrics. They found you whether you wanted them to or not. What truly cemented the song into collective memory wasn't just the sound, but the imagery. The music video played endlessly on television, turning the track into something visual, emotional, and unforgettable. It dominated school dances, radio countdowns, and casual sing-alongs in bedrooms everywhere. Even people who claimed they were too cool for pop knew every word. Part of the song's power lies in its emotional simplicity. The lyrics capture youthful longing, confusion, and vulnerability in a way that feels universally relatable. Almost everyone, at some point, has felt misunderstood, ignored, or desperate to be heard. And this song wrapped those feelings in glossy pop perfection. Over time, Baby One More Time became more than just a hit. It became shorthand for an entire generation. Mention it, and people don't just remember the chorus, they remember where they were, who they were, and how pop music felt at that moment in their lives. Decades later, the song still refuses to fade. It plays at throwback parties, blasts through nostalgia playlists, and instantly triggers group sing-alongs. You don't need the music to start. Someone just has to quote one line, and everyone else jumps in automatically. That's how deeply it's embedded. Not just in memory, but in muscle memory. Number 9. My Heart Will Go On by My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion. There are songs you remember, and then there are songs you feel. My Heart Will Go On belongs firmly in the second category. From the moment it played during the closing scenes of Titanic, it became inseparable from heartbreak, love, and loss. The song didn't just accompany the film, it extended it. Long after audiences left the theater in tears, the melody followed them home, onto the radio, and into everyday life. Suddenly, hearing the opening notes was enough to bring back images of the ship, the ocean, and a love that felt impossibly tragic. Celine Dion's voice is the backbone of why this song became unforgettable. Her delivery is controlled yet emotional, powerful yet fragile. Even listeners who don't usually connect with ballads find themselves pulled in. The lyrics are simple, but they carry enormous weight. About love that survives distance, time, and even death. What makes this song especially memorable is how often it was played. It dominated award shows, radio stations, talent competitions, and emotional moments in pop culture. Whether you wanted to sing along or not, you learned the words simply by existing during that time. And somehow, even parody couldn't weaken it. The song was joked about, exaggerated, and overplayed. Yet it never lost its emotional punch. In fact, familiarity only made it stronger. People may laugh when it starts, but by the chorus, they're singing along without hesitation. My Heart Will Go On became more than a movie theme. It turned into a cultural landmark, a song that represents eternal love, dramatic emotion, and late 90s music at its most unapologetically sincere. You don't need to hit the high notes. You don't even need the music playing. Once those lyrics start, they never leave you. Number 8. I Will Always Love You by I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Some songs don't just get remembered, they linger. I Will Always Love You is one of those rare tracks that feels heavy the moment it begins, even before a single lyric is sung. The opening silence alone is enough to make people pause, because everyone already knows what's coming next. Originally written and performed by Dolly Parton, the song was already emotionally powerful. But when Whitney Houston reimagined it for The Bodyguard in 1992, it transformed into something almost untouchable. Her version didn't just reinterpret the song, it redefined it. Whitney's delivery is what makes this track unforgettable. She begins softly, almost cautiously, as if holding back emotion. And then, when the chorus finally arrives, it hits with full emotional force. That key change isn't just a musical moment, it's a release. Even people who don't understand vocal technique can feel it in their chest. The lyrics are simple, honest, and devastatingly relatable. This isn't a song about anger or bitterness. It's about loving someone enough to let them go, a concept that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever experienced loss, heartbreak, or emotional separation. Because of that, the words imprint themselves almost instantly. What truly cements this song in collective memory is repetition across life's biggest moments. Weddings, funerals, talent shows, emotional movie scenes. The song keeps showing up when emotions are already high, reinforcing its power every single time. And somehow, despite being one of the most performed and covered songs in history, it never loses its impact. People might joke about attempting the high note, but when it arrives, everyone still waits for it, holds their breath, listens closely. You don't need music playing to remember this song. Someone just has to say the title, and your mind immediately fills in the melody, the pauses, the emotional swell. I Will Always Love You isn't just known by heart, it's felt by heart. And that's why it never fades. Number 7. Don't Stop Believin' by Don't Stop Believin', Journey. There are songs that play, and then there are songs that ignite. Don't Stop Believin' belongs firmly in the second category. From the very first notes, it creates a sense of anticipation, like something big is about to happen. And somehow, it always delivers. Released in the early 1980s, this song didn't rely on flashy tricks or complex storytelling. Instead, it leaned into emotion, optimism, and that universal feeling of chasing something just out of reach. The lyrics tell a simple story, but they feel personal to everyone listening. What makes this track so unforgettable is its structure. The song builds patiently, refusing to rush toward the chorus. It keeps pulling you forward, line by line, until suddenly you're fully invested. By the time the iconic refrain hits, singing along feels inevitable, not optional. Steve Perry's vocals play a massive role in why this song stays locked in memory. His voice carries hope, longing, and resilience all at once. Even people who can't hit those high notes still try, loudly and proudly, because the emotion matters more than the accuracy. Over the decades, Don't Stop Believin' has taken on a life of its own. It's played at sporting events, weddings, karaoke nights, and spontaneous car sing-alongs. It doesn't matter where you hear it. The reaction is always the same. People light up. Voices join in. Strangers suddenly feel connected. Pop culture only strengthened its legacy. Every time the song reappeared in films, television, or viral moments, a new generation memorized it without even trying. It aged, but never grew old. The reason everyone knows this song by heart is simple. It makes people feel something hopeful. It reminds listeners that no matter where they are, there's still a reason to keep going. And once that chorus starts, nobody stays quiet. Number 6. All I Want for Christmas Is You by All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Some songs wait patiently for the right season. This one takes over the season. All I Want for Christmas Is You doesn't slowly re-enter our lives every year. It arrives loudly, confidently, and without apology. The moment those opening bells hit, everyone knows exactly what's coming next. No hesitation, no confusion, just instant recognition. Released in the mid-1990s, the song somehow achieved what most holiday music never does. It became timeless. While many Christmas tracks feel tied to a specific decade, Mariah Carey's festive anthem refuses to age. Every December, it returns as if it never left, sounding just as fresh, joyful, and unavoidable as ever. What makes the song unforgettable isn't just its melody, it's its energy. The lyrics are playful, direct, and emotionally simple. There's no complicated storytelling here, no poetic metaphors. Just a clear message wrapped in warmth, excitement, and pure holiday optimism. That simplicity is exactly why everyone knows it by heart. Mariah's vocal performance adds another layer. She doesn't just sing the song, she celebrates it. Her voice dances between charm and power, making the track feel big, festive, and larger than life. Even people who don't usually sing along find themselves joining in, especially once the chorus hits. Over the years, repetition only strengthened the song's grip on collective memory. Shopping malls, radio stations, holiday parties, commercials, it's everywhere. And yet, instead of getting tired of it, people expect it. It marks the unofficial start of Christmas season. What's truly remarkable is that the song transcends December. Play it in July, and people will still know every word. They might laugh at themselves for singing along, but they still do. All I Want for Christmas Is You isn't just a holiday song anymore. It's a ritual, a signal, a shared cultural moment that resets every year and reminds us exactly how powerful a truly memorable song can be. Number 5. Sweet Caroline by Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. There are songs you listen to quietly, and then there are songs you shout with complete strangers. Sweet Caroline firmly belongs to the second category. From the very first line, something magical happens. People straighten up, smiles appear. And before you even reach the chorus, the room is already preparing for what comes next. Because this song isn't just heard, it's participated in. Released in the late 1960s, Sweet Caroline has somehow crossed generations without losing relevance. Grandparents know it, parents know it, kids know it, and everyone knows exactly when to yell those iconic background chants, even if they don't remember when they learned them. That's the beauty of this song. The lyrics are simple, warm, and conversational. Neil Diamond's delivery feels personal, almost intimate, as if he's singing directly to you. There's no pressure to sing it perfectly. In fact, perfection would ruin it. This song thrives on messy, joyful, off-key enthusiasm. What makes Sweet Caroline unforgettable is how deeply it's woven into social moments. Sporting events, weddings, karaoke nights, bars filled with strangers who suddenly feel like friends. Wherever people gather, this song has a way of pulling them together. The call and response moments didn't even start with the song itself. They evolved organically over time. And now, they're inseparable from the experience. Miss them, and it feels wrong. Hit them at the right moment, and the entire room explodes. That's why everyone knows this song by heart. Not because they memorized it, but because they lived it, over and over again. In moments of celebration, nostalgia, and shared happiness. Sweet Caroline isn't just a song. It's a collective memory set to music. Number 4. Smooth Criminal by Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson. Some songs are catchy, others are unforgettable. But then there are songs that feel engraved into the brain. And Smooth Criminal sits comfortably in that category. From the moment that sharp opening beat hits, there's no confusion about what song you're hearing. Your body reacts before your mind does. Michael Jackson didn't just make music, he created experiences. And Smooth Criminal is a masterclass in how sound, rhythm, and storytelling collide. Released in the late 1980s, the track arrived fully formed, confident, and impossible to ignore. Every beat feels deliberate. Every pause feels intentional. The song's structure is one of its greatest strengths. It moves with urgency, pulling listeners forward with a sense of tension that never fully releases. The lyrics tell a dark, dramatic story, yet they're delivered with such precision and groove that people end up dancing to something surprisingly sinister. That contrast is exactly why it sticks. And then there's that line. "Annie, are you okay?" You don't need context. You don't need the music playing. Those words alone instantly trigger the rhythm, the melody, and the next line in your head. Michael's vocal performance is razor sharp. Every he, every breath, every accent lands perfectly. Even people who don't consciously try to memorize the lyrics end up knowing them. Because repetition combined with impact is a powerful thing. Beyond the sound, Smooth Criminal became iconic through performance. The choreography, especially the gravity-defying lean, turned the song into a visual phenomenon. Watching it once wasn't enough. You had to replay it, study it, talk about it. And that visual memory reinforced the song's presence even deeper. Over the years, the track has lived on through movies, commercials, covers, and live performances. Yet no version ever truly replaces the original. Michael Jackson's version is definitive, the standard against which all others are measured. What makes Smooth Criminal universally known by heart is its precision. There's no wasted space, no forgettable moment. Every second is memorable, which means every lyric sticks whether you intend to learn it or not. Decades later, the song still feels sharp, modern, and thrilling. That's not nostalgia, that's timeless design. Number 3. Hey Jude by Hey Jude, The Beatles. Hey Jude doesn't rush you. It doesn't overwhelm you. It simply invites you in. From the opening piano notes, there's a warmth that feels almost personal, like someone gently speaking your name. Written by Paul McCartney during a deeply emotional time, the song was meant as comfort. And somehow, it became comfort for millions. At its core, Hey Jude is incredibly simple. The lyrics are reassuring, encouraging, and quietly hopeful. They don't demand attention, they earn it. And because of that, people don't just hear the words, they absorb them. What makes the song unforgettable is how it grows. Slowly, patiently. The first half feels intimate, almost private. And then something remarkable happens. The song opens up. The melody expands. The repetition begins, not because there's nothing left to say, but because the feeling needs space to exist. The na-na-na section isn't filler. It's communal. It turns the song from a personal message into a shared experience. You don't sing it alone. Even when you're physically alone, it feels like you're joining something bigger. That's why everyone knows this song by heart. You don't memorize Hey Jude, you participate in it. Over decades, the song has been sung in stadiums, living rooms, concerts, and quiet moments of reflection. It works everywhere. Few songs can shift so effortlessly between massive crowds and deeply personal listening, but this one does. Another reason it sticks is emotional honesty. There's no irony, no clever disguise. It's sincere in a way that feels rare. That sincerity makes the lyrics easy to remember because they feel true, not manufactured. Even people who don't know the full verses can jump in effortlessly once the refrain begins. It's instinctive, almost automatic. Hey Jude doesn't just live in music history. It lives in human memory. And once those final minutes begin, stopping feels impossible, because some songs aren't meant to end quickly. They're meant to stay with you. Number 2. Bohemian Rhapsody by Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Some songs ask you to listen. Bohemian Rhapsody dares you to experience it. From the very first line, "Is this the real life?" the song pulls you into a world where logic doesn't matter and emotion takes control. You don't need to understand what the lyrics mean to know exactly how they feel. That's the magic of this track. Released in the mid-1970s, Bohemian Rhapsody broke every rule of mainstream music. It had no clear genre, no traditional structure, and no simple chorus you could hum once and forget. Instead, it moved like a journey, soft and reflective one moment, theatrical and explosive the next, before crashing into pure rock chaos. And somehow, it worked. What makes this song unforgettable isn't just its ambition, but how deeply it embeds itself into memory. Every section feels distinct, yet all of it connects seamlessly. You don't remember parts of the song, you remember the entire ride. Even people who claim they don't know the lyrics end up singing along once it starts. The operatic middle section is where the song truly becomes immortal. Those rapid-fire lines, dramatic shifts, and exaggerated emotion turn listening into performance. People don't just sing it, they act it out. Faces change, voices rise, arms move. It becomes theater. Freddie Mercury's voice is the anchor holding the chaos together. His delivery is confident, vulnerable, playful, and commanding, sometimes all within the same verse. That emotional range makes the lyrics stick, even when they're abstract or mysterious. Pop culture cemented the song's legacy even further. It resurfaced again and again through films, commercials, talent shows, and viral moments, each time capturing a new generation. And every time it returned, people somehow already knew the words. That's the strange power of Bohemian Rhapsody. You don't memorize it deliberately. You absorb it through repetition, emotion, and shared moments. Whether it's blasting in a car, shouted at karaoke, or sung dramatically with friends, the song creates instant unity. Strangers become a chorus. Silence becomes participation. It's chaotic. It's dramatic. It's unforgettable. And once it starts, nobody ever wants it to end. Number 1. Dancing Queen by Dancing Queen, ABBA. There's something almost magical about the opening notes of Dancing Queen. Before a single word is sung, the mood shifts. Smiles appear, feet move, and suddenly everyone, no matter their age, feels just a little lighter. ABBA didn't just create a hit with this song. They created a feeling. Released in the 1970s, Dancing Queen captured joy in its purest form. It doesn't demand energy, it gives it. The melody is warm, uplifting, and instantly familiar, like greeting an old friend you're always happy to see. What makes this song unforgettable is its accessibility. You don't need to be a great singer. You don't need perfect rhythm. You just need to feel it. The lyrics are simple, vivid, and emotionally open, painting a picture of freedom, movement, and confidence on the dance floor. And once the chorus arrives, resistance disappears. Everyone knows it. Every line, every pause, every emotional rise. For decades, Dancing Queen has been a guaranteed presence at weddings, parties, proms, and celebrations of every kind. It crosses cultures, languages, and generations with ease. Grandparents sing it, kids sing it, people who swear they don't like pop music sing it, loudly. That's because the song isn't just about dancing. It's about release, about forgetting stress, expectations, and self-consciousness, even if just for a few minutes. It reminds listeners what it feels like to be carefree. ABBA's harmonies play a huge role in why the song sticks so deeply. Their voices blend in a way that feels comforting and euphoric. Over time, nostalgia has only strengthened the song's power. Hearing it doesn't just make people dance, it takes them back. To youth, to celebration, to moments where life felt simple and bright. That's why Dancing Queen sits at the top of this list. It isn't just remembered, it's celebrated. And the moment it starts playing, the world feels like a dance floor, whether you're ready or not. So now we want to hear from you. Which of these songs do you know by heart? The one that starts playing in your head the second you hear the title? Did we miss a track that everyone should know word for word? Drop it in the comments and let's see how many people agree. If you enjoyed this countdown, give the video a like. It really helps more than you think. And if you love deep dives into music, pop culture, and unforgettable moments, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We'll see you in the comments.